This Sunday cooking class.
Hello, this is Ainhoa.
And this is Fran. Welcome home. And today we are cooking heavenly bacon. I don't know how to translate what we're going to cook.
Okay, because there's a dessert that is very typical Spanish, which is called Tocino de Cielo.
So it's bacon, heavenly bacon.
Bacon
Has
from
nothing to
heaven.
do because this is a dessert.
It's not bacon. I mean, it has no meat in it. But, well, in fact, it's a vegetarian dessert.
Not vegetarian, but not vegan.
Vegetarian, not vegan. Yeah.
Well, as you can see, I'm still not doing okay from last week's allergic reaction. So I'm still like, not 100%.
Yeah, maybe it takes a
So
while.
if you hear me coughing on the back, that's me. So yes, what are we cooking today? It is, I would say Easter. I mean, it's in Spain you eat it all year round, but it's a special now in Easter as it's a piece of heaven. And Easter is next week, so we are cooking it.
Yeah,
Shall we start?
let's go.
Vamos, amigos. Hola, Jorge. How are you doing? Doing well. I hope so. Well, look at our avocado tree. We planted 1 year ago, and look how big it is. His name is Tito. Hi, Tito. We love that baby. Anyway, so hello, everyone, and let me show you our decoration of the day. It's been Oscar night last week. So we have our home Oscars here. And, well, if you want to know about the Oscars in Spain, why don't you go to our podcast, Spanish Loops? This last week, we've been talking about Pedro Almodovar. Okay, so here we go. This is what we're going to be needing for today. We're going to need 7 eggs. Well, we're going to need the yolks, not the whites of the egg.
Not the white.
You have water and sugar. That's really all you need. And then you have to do some caramel, that you need sugar, water a little bit, and some lemon drops. That's all we are going to need this week. As you can see, as always, super easy, super simple, super good.
Okay, so let's go for that. So it's very simple, but you need to follow certain rules, right? So like you put like 250 grams of sugar and 250 grams of water.
And you bring them to a boil.
You mix them.
Is that about? It's not on yet?
I know it's not on.
Okay.
But I don't know why they have always told me to mix it with a wooden spoon. Interesting. I don't know. I'll keep on doing it, but I don't know the reason. So I mix the caramel or everything that has to do with sugar and water with a wooden spoon.
I don't know. Probably there has to be a reason for it behind it, but who the hell knows?
Okay. So this is going to be a syrup.
Hola, James. We're going to do a syrup out of that.
And generally you need a thermometer for this, but I don't use it.
Well, really, you just need to let the sugar melt, I would say, and then like in about 10 minutes, it will be done.
Well, I'll tell you how I do it. I bring it to a boil. You'll see the bubbles of the syrup going on, in a minute or in a few seconds. Okay? So whenever it's bubbling, I'll ask you, Fran, to come and look at that. I see you see it's almost dissolved.
Okay, let's take a look at it. Can you stir it a little bit so we can see? Thank you. There we go. So the sugar melts in the water, and then now you have to make a syrup out of it. So it takes about 10-15 minutes.
Okay. Let's
Hi,
bring it to a
Laurie.
boil.
Good morning.
Hello. So we're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to make the caramel,
Okay,
right? The caramel is very easy, but it burns
like
quickly,
that.
like that, and then if it burns, it's all bitter, and you have to start again. You can buy it ready-made. Why? You shouldn't.
It's expensive. I mean, it's just a little bit of sugar and
It's
nothing.
not only expensive, the flavor is not the same. No need. So I'll just tell you how I make.
Okay, before you start, let's make a very serious spoiler. Every time we do caramel, get kids out of the kitchen. Caramel is one of the things that when you cook, the temperature is so high that if a drop of caramel drops on you, you will regret it for life. So kids, out of the kitchen doing caramel. Okay? Spoiler. Let me turn the camera around.
Okay.
Okay, so-
After the spoiler.
Sorry for my coughing.
over. So this is 100 grams of sugar, white sugar,
White granulated basic sugar.
basic sugar,
There we go.
right? 30 grams of water.
Which is like 2 tablespoons.
I don't know, 3. I mean
3.
30 grams.
Nothing.
Right.
And then
And then some drops of lemon. I don't know what to tell you. A
Like-
few.
just a few.
That's
Just
the idea of this is to not let the caramel crystallize too much. Because
it's not on yet.
I know it's not on.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, you want everything on today.
I know. I'm like,
Hang on. Because I want to get it a bit like mixed because I don't want to touch it. After
Yeah.
once I start, I don't want to touch it. So
there we go.
I'm going to make it quick. So you know this is boiling.
Okay. So now the sugar is already dissolved in the water.
Ow.
And now it needs to
Boil.
boil for about 10 minutes in a
Okay.
soft medium temperature.
Sort of medium. This goes from 1 to 10, so I use a 6, and then
Okay.
I let it boil like this for 10 minutes,
10,
right?
yeah.
So you will get un almíbar, so it's like a syrup,
Like a syrup.
right? Not very thick. And then you see this is already starting.
Okay, so the sugar, the other sugar, the one for the caramel, this is just sugar, a little bit of water, and a few lemon drops. Very important. Once it's starting to melt, do not stir that. Just let it there, and you will be able to do it later on.
Yeah, and you have to be careful with the caramel because it seems that like nothing is going on and you say it's all white. And then all of a sudden
Like-
it burns.
Gone. Yeah. So,
Okay, so let's...
shall we start with the whites and the...
The eggs. You use my eggs. You use the bowl I wanted for the eggs. So I
Oh,
have to get another one.
big mistake. Well, that's what happens when you let me do
That's what happens.
the setting. What are you looking at?
Okay, the thing is that I'm looking at this because I don't know.
Sorry for that.
If I start with my eggs, okay, so let's do something.
Okay.
What we are trying to do is get the yolks
Mm-hmm.
from the eggs.
Okay. So we just separate. You love our kitchen, Laurie? Thank you. We do too. It's very easy to work on. We love welcoming people at home, and yeah. So we always want to have a big kitchen. This is a big kitchen, by the way. Spanish standards, okay? I know in America, in Canada,
America style.
your houses are huge and your kitchens are humongous. Compared for us, this is like a Spanish huge kitchen when for American standards would be very small.
You don't need to use your hand to separate the eggs and the yolks, but I always do because I
It brings love.
find it easy. So
And it
it's
gives
the
love.
little rake and cumin spread. Okay, so we need 6.
Oh my god.
Okay.
All of this is from an allergy of a cat to a cat. It's like, oh my gosh. Okay.
I don't think it's the cat, and then you've got the
Yeah, I think it was a little bit more
screen
than
and everything.
just.
So I've got 6 yolks and 1 whole egg.
Yeah.
Right?
So we have 6 yolks and just 1 full egg. Okay. So important. Not everyone on the big houses have kitchens that big. I like how well organized yours is too. Yeah, we try to. When you have
very
limited
organized,
space,
yes, yeah.
you need to be very organized. You're right.
And when you've got 3 kids, you have to be very organized. Okay, the thing is that I need some time, Fran, because the caramel is not.
Okay. So let me show you the caramel. It's still totally white. It's boiling. Now that's super high temperature. And it will get burned. I mean, it will turn
Just
orangey or ochre.
in
no
1 minute,
time,
it will
in
be
1 minute.
okay.
The syrup, it's still going on. And as we wait for that,
Let's whisk the eggs.
the yolks. Okay, so that you will reserve it because you don't throw that away. Okay, we do omelettes and all of that, high protein. And you might be wondering why on earth? I mean, this recipe comes from nuns in Middle Ages. I mean, this is one of the oldest recipes we have in Spain. As I said, we do it especially in Easter. Oh,
So you
the
see,
boss saying, come over here.
come over here.
Okay.
This is starting to like
Okay,
get
let
color.
me turn around. Let me turn the camera around. There we go. If you see, the rim of it is beginning to turn a little bit brownish. Okay. You see, it's beginning to get golden. So now is the moment you have to be very careful because it goes from white golden to suddenly it gets brown.
And then I'm moving it a little bit.
Okay, so now you can start moving it, you can do whatever. Okay. But whoa, where's the mold? I had the mold
The
in here.
mold is there.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to use a crystal mold.
Oh, okay. I'm like, we didn't have that mold yesterday.
No, because we made some.
Yeah.
So you see, it's quickly.
I think, yeah.
It changes color super quickly.
Yeah.
You need a bit more.
Just a tip more.
It's a bit difficult because I wanted to have some color, but I don't want it to burn. Right, it's
Yeah.
done.
Okay.
Over.
So let me
I
get
don't want
out.
to risk it.
Yeah. It's better to undercolor it because it's already done, the caramel, but you just need to go with it. Okay, so now this is gonna be the mold you're gonna be cooking, or you're gonna be taking into the oven, so it has to be oven proofed. Okay? As we
But
said,
these are IKEA toppers
Yeah.
and they can go into the oven. I didn't know.
that IKEA Tupperwares can go into the oven.
You can make it a little bit darker if you want.
Yeah. So now, what would you do is you put it on the bottom and then you put it all around a little bit. Once again, be very careful. It looks yummy and good, it's good, but don't you dare put in your fingertip in that or you will
It's
regret it big time.
yummy
Okay.
and good and super hot.
So as you can see, you put like 1 inch around the mold, okay, of the caramel.
Okay, so the syrup is still cooking. We need like 4 more minutes.
4 or 5 minutes extra.
But we're going to let it be because you have to let this cool down.
Okay.
Right? So this is going to get a temperature as 104, 105, and I let it cool down until.
Okay, so we have, this needs like 4 or 5 more minutes, okay? Then you let it cool down for about 15, 20 minutes, good enough. We have already done that, okay? So that is already, that syrup cooled down, okay?
So cool means you can put your finger inside and you don't burn because it's nice.
Yeah, that you don't burn
Nice
your...
and hot. But,
Okay.
But it's not super hot.
So now, the syrup, you have to start pouring the syrup little by little, stirring.
It's like you are going to, like when you make a handmade mayonnaise, but you, I mean, the eggs are not going to
Yeah, you can,
mount, that is how you can
well,
bend.
you don't want it to cook because it's warm syrup and the eggs could cook. So you have to go very slow and let the syrup integrate into the eggs little by little, very thinly, go, go, go.
You don't want to make a foam of it. You just simply
Keep on going.
keep on going.
Okay, so what, as I know is doing this, let me tell you a little bit of what I was telling you about, that this recipe comes from Middle Ages in convents. And the thing is that, how come all of these nuns had so many egg yolks and not whites? The reason is because here in Spain, we are a huge wine production country. And long time ago, in order to clarify, to clean the wine, they needed egg whites, but not egg yolks. So they wouldn't throw the egg yolks away, and they would give those egg yolks to the nuns, and the nuns would cook all of these beautiful egg-based pastries, cookies, or everything. That's why the nuns in Spain, they have so many desserts,
Yeah, recipes with yolks.
recipe with yolk, just with yolks, not yolks and whites. They had to learn how to use them, and this custard, it is one of the most traditional ones that we have in Spain.
Yeah, imagine throwing away so many yolks. It's
That's-
like, at those times, it was like the
I mean,
stupidest
it is
thing.
stupid to throw yolks again today, but back then it was even a big no-no. Okay, so there was no waste, and today there's gonna be no waste. We're gonna eat the whites on an omelette with some friends coming over.
Yeah, we'll make
And
us
they're so happy.
super
Proteinic,
protein,
protein, I guess, yeah.
high protein.
High protein. So that's one of the ways nuns got all the eggs. The other way, it was weddings, especially the clarissas. In Spain, we have a belief that before you get married on your wedding day, the day before, you have to take a dozen of 13 eggs to the nuns, and that way they will pray for good weather the next day.
So I did that.
It worked on our wedding.
Work, but I didn't just give them.
Of course,
I gave them money also. Yes.
you give them 13 eggs plus a little tip.
It was pouring down with rain the day before.
I mean, on our wedding day, the night before, it was thunder, lightning. It was like a hurricane. It was horrible. So we took the eggs, a little tip to the nuns, and hey, it worked.
It worked.
It was
really
beautiful,
did.
nice, sunny. So it really worked. Okay.
Okay.
I think I know it's done with the.
Yeah, this is done. Oh, so it got stuck.
Okay, so you have already added all the syrup to the eggs. Okay, now let me take it.
Let me take it.
Okay, so move it so we can see how thick it is or how
It's not fake.
Okay, so it's
thin.
totally liquid. It has
There's
barely
no
no
foam.
lumps into it. There's no foam.
Nothing.
And what you have to do now is you put it into the mold. But
Okay, important thing.
there we go. Here is the tricky part.
The caramel has to be settled, right? I mean, I'm not going to touch it, but it doesn't have to run, right? And then one important thing is that you... No, the caramel is very sticky. It starts making like threads. Okay, so what I do is I put this...
You need to pass it. You need to clear it in case there's any lumps or anything
through the sieve.
through the sieve. And that's it. It goes right through it. You take any possible... You see, this is barely nothing, but just in case,
Well, just
you
in
take it
case.
off. Okay.
Okay,
I'm from here.
so you see this?
Okay, so let me see if I can see it. So you see the bottom has a little bit of caramel. The walls have a little bit of caramel, but not all the way through. Okay, so it's kind of... There we go. And now it's time to put it in the oven that has been preheating 350 Fahrenheit, which is 180 Celsius. Okay, it's been preheating. And inside of the oven, let me show them what we have. Because we're going to do a bain-marie, okay, which is, with water. Ouch.
Be careful.
I will. Oh. So we have this tray with like a little bit over an inch of water, okay?
Just
Then
to
it
cover
has to
the
be hot.
amount.
And now the custard.
Important. Put some tin foil paper over it so it doesn't burn. I mean, you can leave it without it, but then you will create like a crust, and it's not always nice.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like it, so you cover it.
And
It's like with a flan, you do the same thing,
Yeah.
right? It's a flan but with many yolks. And then you put it inside. Careful. Close it. The thing with this is that everything is super hot. And then I'm going to put 40 minutes, but depends on the oven. Make it 40, 50, depends, right?
so the thing is that the cooking time really, it depends on the freshness of the eggs. It depends on the quality of oven you have. And also depends on what pan you put it on. Because you can do it individual, tiny little things, and in 20 minutes it's cooked. This one that's a little bit thicker is going to take us 40 to an hour cooking. You will see.
Yeah, depends.
In the moment you stick a fork and
And it comes
it's
out
not
clear,
liquid,
it's cooked.
it's cooked. So why don't we show them how it will look in about an
Okay,
hour.
so-
Well, once it's cooked, you need to take it out of the oven, let it settle for about until room temperature,
there.
and then you will put it on the fridge overnight. Okay?
Okay.
So
So
Why don't you show the big one, the one we did, and the little one? No, because it doesn't look good.
No, because it was. I gave it to your mother.
Oh, you gave it to mom? Okay. Darn, she's
And I
happy.
saved this because I thought, what are we going to do with this? I gave it to your mother.
Okay, so this is how it will come out. Remember that you have to flip it. You have to turn it around, okay? Once it's cold, it will be sticked to the pan because of the caramel. So you have to turn it around, put some heat on top, or just...
You turn it around like a cake, but probably it will stick because there's a lot of sugar on top. So if you want it to fall down, just put like a recipient and then pour boiling water, and then the whole Tocino de Cielo,
A piece of heaven.
piece of heaven, will come down. The egg custard will come down, will fall, right?
Sit. And as we can see,
And then you get something like this. This I cooked for a long time. I cooked it for 1 hour because I like it is brown. But
Yeah.
you don't need to. It can be lighter, right?
yeah. So again, it all depends on how dark you like it, how light you like it. Anyway, it's very good. It's pre-Easter, so happy Easter to everybody. Next week we will, unfortunately, will not be able to be joining a cooking class, but on Friday and Saturday we'll probably be broadcasting again from the Camino. We're gonna go back to the Camino de Santiago to do a little bit more research.
Saturday and Sunday, I think. No,
Saturday.
Friday.
Friday night?
I don't know. Maybe Friday night we broadcast
We'll see.
something.
We'll try to broadcast something from the Camino. So stay tuned for that. What else? By the way, Jorge, in Traveling with Jorge, he is going to be cooking right away at Fideuà. So if you guys want to get Jorge's Fideuà, go for it. What else? I think
Not much. Well,
enjoy it.
enjoy it. If you want to enjoy this dessert, I generally put something very little, with very little calories with that. It's whipped
Has
cream.
just a little bit of extra whipped cream. Jorge, why don't you put the link to your next cooking class so they can link directly?
Okay. And then send over some fideuà.
And send some Fideuà. Yes, he's going to be doing, I don't know where he's going to do it, on Facebook or on YouTube. I think it's Facebook. Sorry, everybody, for that coughing. Have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. We love you. And we'll see you from the Camino next week.
Okay.
Everybody,
See you next week.
have
Bye.
a wonderful day. Adios, amigos.